Hey everybody, good morning, good morning. How's everybody doing? Happy Friday. It's Friday. I'm just sitting here in my bedroom. I've been doing little things. I do have to clean up certain sections. Some days I just don't feel like doing it. I'm being honest with this. There's that stupid word, honest, but I am. Last night's events. Let's discuss last night's events at the Magic Kingdom. Yes, let's do that. I'm up here in New York, but I get a hell of a lot of news down there. I don't even have to be down there. You guys know that. Um, the Magic Kingdom has had an issue last night to where cops were involved, a detective was involved. There was numerous reports, a few reports. Now you've talked to two different people or 10 different people in this matter. You talk to 10 different people, you're going to get 10 different answers. You're going to get 10 different explanations. Some say there was a fight on the monorail. Some say there was a fire on the monorail. Some say there was gunshots. Some say it was the sound of a balloon. Okay. If it was on the monorail, what the hell was everybody doing in the Magic Kingdom scuffling? They totally made the Emporium a mess. I saw the video of it. Somebody had posted it on Twitter, aka X. Which now that video has went to the local news at West 2 News down in Florida. So they're a local TV station news. Um, the Emporium was a mess. I mean, people were, somebody filmed it after the event. The thing is, in all my years of my husband and myself, we go down there. In all my years of that, we have never witnessed or never experienced anything of such a thing happening when we were down there. You've never had any fights. You've never seen any fights. You've never seen any terrible cursing, any rudeness, any sloppiness, anybody being taken out in handcuffs. And may I point out that all the rides were working, but just to make a little light of it. But this is horrible. What's going on down there really is. It's just turning into. It's not the world that we know anymore, and I have stated that to you. So there were certain reports that somebody yelled "shooter," and everybody just ran for the hills on that. Now the sheriff's department has confirmed that there was no shooter. Okay, okay. That now also a balloon pop was mentioned. That must have been a hell of a balloon to pop, and somebody yelled "shooter." I mean, things are iffy. And then you have all the social media pages on Facebook and everything. They're all coming out with stupid things. I had posted one of them from the actual West 2 News. I says, well, this is what the sheriff's department is saying through the news thing. And obviously that page didn't want to hear what I had to say. So, they're all going to come out with their own thing. All right, fine. You want to make up your own news to get your listeners, to get your readers. Yeah, I'm on to you. But what are you going to do? So, yeah, it was bad. It was bad. It seemed bad. I mean, I hope nobody was hurt. Really, I mean, it's truly disgusting how people are acting. And these are supposedly adults. Right now, something's happening with my throat. I went to eat something, and it kind of got stuck in my throat. And I'm trying to get it out. It's like it's bothering me. It's irritating. Anyhow, let me keep sitting up because I keep thinking that I'm sliding. I don't understand what this is. I feel like I'm sliding, and I just keep going up. um, yeah, so I had posted a video last night from the actual West 2 News of what I seen. I also have the West 2 News app on my TV set. Yes, we do watch the Florida news down there. My husband, this is my husband's thing to watch. It reminds him of being in Disney and watching, because we do. We watch the evening news down there. If people like to dress up and people like to have special cupcakes and dress up as a character, my husband likes to watch the evening news from another state. It's his thing. Um, Other things happened yesterday, but like I said, let's go back to that. But I hope nobody was hurt. And The question that I have about this is where I'm gonna throw this to you. Where were all the content vloggers and creators and bloggers? Nobody has this. Nobody has any of the events that happened last night. Gee whiz, it's awfully funny. I mean, everybody's looking for content down there to do, and this would have been the most exciting thing to happen to you. But you know what? I'm just going to say this because, I know you all have to keep up a certain criteria. And I'm sure not for nothing, which also brings into play that the terms and the conditions that you have to sign for, like for Disney Plus, and you see the other stuff that's happening now with the death of that poor woman. Content creators and vloggers must have to sign a good hefty contract also. And I bet you certain things can't be mentioned with them, and everything else has to be sunshine and rainbows. I mean, you can give your opinion, but it has to be probably a guarded opinion. And I see that a lot lately with content creators. I've been on to them, like, say what's one thing that you think is one thing, but then I'm watching them and something just doesn't pan out all of a sudden. And these are content creators and vloggers that I like and that my husband likes. And we're looking at this the other night. We're going, he seems to be different. He seems to be wording things different. He seems to have different actions. He seems to be overlapping words with other words. You just get to know and you just get to see it. So I'm wondering, like, last night's event, was that heavily guarded? Were they coerced in saying, listen, if you got anything on video or anything, send it to us, but do not post it on your social media pages. Do not. I wonder if they're also, I mean, obviously they got to be heavily watched also. I mean, we're all, it seems like we're all being watched by the Disney company. You're being watched on your Disney Plus. They know exactly what you're doing. Then you go to the parks, you do the My Disney Experience app. They already got you in there with the account. They already see what rides you're going on, what rides you're paying for, what rides you're not paying for, what merchandise you buy when you use your mobile app to buy something, when you use your mobile app to buy food. They have your numbers. In case you didn't, realize that. Let me point that out to you. I mean, they are, it's like the eye in the sky sees everything. So I'm wondering, that's how they, I mean, obviously they know everything. So I'm just wondering about the content creators, like with last night saying, well, if you have anything, don't post it. And I wonder if it goes against the guide rules and the guidelines of Disney. Yeah, right. Anyway, that's why I just wanted to point that out to you. Because it's awfully funny that no content creators have actually put anything out yet. I know it's nowhere near 24 hours yet because this thing happened last night, but I was just wondering. So with that, I'd also like to say, and content creators are going to be mentioned with this also. If you're thirsty for news, if you're thirsty for followers, if you're thirsty for any information whatsoever, I think it's also good information to report, but you guys are going to miss the mark on it, and it's probably not your fault. So I'm also wondering, and by the way, I hope nobody was hurt last night. It all turned out to be okay, and it was a big scare. It was a scary situation. I know I wouldn't like it either, but it was a scary. I mean, let me tell you something. This company has a lot of rotten luck lately. I mean, it's disaster seems to be happening in their favor. Okay. Moving on from that, I would also like to know, because I've been trying to find this out for the past 3 weeks, the dads defend this situation and people that are disabled, that are connected maybe with that organization, or they're disabled and they can't get into the parks. Excuse me. For the past 3 weeks, I've been trying to find out any information because it just intrigued me. It was just interesting to know that they were raising money. The last I found out, because they did that meeting in Disney World and Disneyland at Disney World at Epcot, and they did the meeting at Disneyland, and you know how the story went. Disney got wind of it, and they were all on high alert, and just in case if anything happened in their parks, which nothing happened in their parks anyway, because about maybe like 20 to 30 people showed up, so it wasn't a big storming the thing. Okay. may perhaps, I'm going to give this to you, is that perhaps the Daz Defenders put it out to make it something bigger than what it really turned out to be. Okay, maybe they were hoping that it would be something more bigger and that, you know, more awareness. But you know what? It didn't really click. It really didn't. So, you know, in order to do something like this, and this is a word of suggestion, in order to do something like that, you got to really, you got to go for it. Okay, you just can't. Okay, we're here, and we're gonna be here, and we're gonna be wearing our blue shirts. And what did you accomplish? Nothing. Okay, and I'm telling you this. And what they were supposed to do for the D23 event was they were raising money. They were raising money to rent one of those digital billboards on a truck. And we have them here in New York City. Sometimes there's a plumbing company that I see that has a whole big digital billboard, you know, call us for a leak, you know, hire us, you know, it was one of those. It's an advertisement billboard. It's digital. So Daz Defenders were supposedly renting that to go to D23 in, you know, whoever's in the area of D23 and drive that around the D23 event and make it known to the public and to whoever is there connected with the company, I guess, to make it aware, just show awareness of what is happening to the disabled. For the past 3 weeks, I haven't found anything on this. I haven't seen pictures. I haven't seen any videos. I want to visually see what was done. You know, you say one thing, and if something else happens, you're not going to really be too believable. You're a small fish, again, in an incredibly huge ocean. And if you're going to make something happen, you're going to go to the ends of the earth. You're going to make yourselves be heard. I really don't think that you guys accomplished anything. I don't think you're going to accomplish anything because this company is one way. And I explained this to you. Whoever watched my video, you need to watch it from last week that I did my rants on what the company is showing you. And they are showing you that they're going to do it their way, no matter if you like it or not. And so far, they have not even made a move towards you people. It's like, we're doing it this way, that's it. It's done. There's nothing you can do about it. Basically, that's what they're showing you. Okay? They're probably, you know, I don't want to say they're laughing at your expense, but you know what? You're going to these phone calls. You're waiting for hours on a computer. You're having your computer. You're taking time out of your day for like 7 or 8 hours and to do video calls. And throughout that whole video call process, you think that you're doing something that you got a shot. And meanwhile, that person comes back and says, oh, by the way, you know, we come to the decision you declined. So what is this accomplishing for you? I have not seen anything about how the outcome. I was dying to know how the outcome went. And furthermore, this is where the vloggers and the content creators come back in. Enter. Nobody even, as far as a content creator or vlogger, none of them even bring it to the attention about the disabled. Except for maybe WDWNT, which is Walt Disney World News Today. They report what was going to happen, but that was it. It ended. Nobody reported an outcome. Nobody reported a continuation. Because I don't think there was a continuation. What did it accomplish? Nothing. It just boggles my mind. It really does. It's a shame. Now, I watched the news program on YouTube, WDW Pro, and he had a wonderful woman on last week, and this got so much that it showed my husband. My husband was even in shock with this. And the woman was on, and her husband Not her husband, her son. I'm sorry about that. Her son is disabled. He is 4 years old, and he has a GI tube, which means he can't have anything by mouth. He has to be fed through a tube. Something happens to him where he gets overstimulated, and something happens, and it just, if it happens in public, it's a terrible thing. It's probably embarrassing. It's, I feel for the mother. I really do. She had the DAS pass for her son in the past, and this new change happened, and sure enough, she went for the new DAS pass, and there was the video call, and 4 different people. She had to go through 4 different people, and each one of them on the Disney, the cast members wanted to see her son. So she has to now put her son on display on video phone so that these 4 idiots can visualize what is happening to this child. You're going to get a 4-year-old to, it was ridiculous. After all that, the first cast member, out of the 4, the first cast member that she had to speak to, and then went to the second and went to the third, well, back to the first one, then contacts her and says, oh, we reviewed your case and everything. You've been denied. Wow. But this is the way the company is doing it, and people think that this company is so good. So you have people that will just back this company up, and they are wonderful, and they are great, and nothing is wrong with them. I don't know where your fucking heads are. Excuse my mouth. I don't know where your heads are. So I don't know where you are. And maybe you're not feeling that you're not disabled or anything, so maybe you can't relate to it. I'm not disabled either, but I can relate to this because that's a terrible thing. I can understand the woman's frustration. And they don't have to tell you why they're denying you. You think this company's so great. If you have a family member, or if you have a good friend or something, if they were going through this, would you still support this? Would you? Oh, well, that's just you. Oh, well, I'm going to go to the parks today. And meanwhile, your friend has to sit home because they were denied. How do you think they feel about that? So, also, no content creators or vloggers. That's where they come in. None of them, I see no videos of them filming anything about the DAS. I figured maybe it would make the news from that. I figured it maybe a good content creator or a good vlogger would see and make a story about this and make it be known and bring it to, their attention to their own audience. But hey, you know what? You're working for Disney, so you're getting a kickback from them. So I guess any negativity would be negativity to you. So that's probably why they didn't even bring it to anyone's attention out of their own audience. I think that sucks. What happened with it? I'm trying to find out. Anybody out there knows, let me know. If anybody's got any videos on it, let me know. I don't see anything about the billboard at D23. What a shame. Okay. That's going to be it. Let me go do my thing here. Let me see what else I can do. I've been going through so many memories in the past few weeks. Not just the fact because we're not going to Disney World this year, but I do that every year, even when we all go in. It's kind of like a wind-up. For the past few years, because of the way I'm feeling, it's not even a wind-up. It's like I'm looking at my past memories now, and I'm going, wow, we really had something good going here. We really, I feel that back then, even before the pandemic, we had the best of what this company had to offer. We had the best parks experience. We had the best company experience. We had the best Disney experience. We had the best Disney vacations. Okay? What do you got now? You got the overpriced, overrated, underrated rides. Cast members really don't give a shit anymore. I could see that. There was numerous conversations about that happening. You got garbage everywhere. You got fights happening. Now you have, just things happening that shouldn't be happening. Absolutely. Ride's not working. I already said that, I think, but still, what do you have? What are you doing? What are you doing? And God help you if you have stocks. Thank God I don't know. I know I said that before, but I thank God every day. I remember the stocks when they were $240 a share. That was 3 years ago. That I think even that was before the pandemic. My husband wanted to do it. I said, that's $340. Get out of here. I said, that's one share. I said, thank God we didn't do it. You know? So, all right. Anyway, I bring you this news because the content creators and vloggers just seem to be masking things. I'm not a content creator and I'm not a vlogger in that aspect. And I don't get paid for my views. And I don't get paid to give you my opinions, whoever wants to hear them. I'm just solely giving it to you the way it is, the way I see it. I call it like I see it. And right now it sucks. And, you know, for anybody who wants to deal with that, that's on you. I don't know how you're doing it, but whatever the case. There is also another video from WDW Pro that I will post. I posted some in my community page on here on YouTube. I have my community page. Just go and look at the, just check out the videos from WDW Pro. Okay. Unbelievable. And he even explains, there was a segment that he did, a video segment on people that are literally going into debt over having a trip to Disney, which is something me and my husband in 29 years, because this would have been the third, we've never done in our lives. We've never put the trip on the credit card. We've never done this. I mean, people have been putting, there's a woman that he goes into the story on WDW Pro. There's a woman that put her trip $6,000 on it. She's still paying for that trip. She went on the trip. She's home, and she still has the headache of that hanging over her like impending danger. It's like impending death hanging over her because now she's got to pay for it. What do you do for the next year's trip? What do you do for that? Now you have that trip, and then you're going to pile on something else. That's something we've never done, and we're very proud of that. I am so grateful, and we're so proud of that. Because anything that we paid it outright with a cashier's check. When it came time to pay for the rest of the trip, we paid for it, and we paid for it before we even got down there. So that trip was basically taken care of. We came home, we had peace of mind. Now we can work on next year. You know, that's the way it should have been done. But today, you got to take a loan out with a bank. You got to sign your name in blood. I mean, if you don't have the money to do something at that time, my suggestion would be do not do it. They get your money, they don't care. They don't care. You have to know this. I mean, it's, I don't know, it's like it's a mental block or something, but it just can't happen. It shouldn't happen. You cannot leave yourselves like that. All right, everybody. Happy Friday. Let me know your comments down below. Let's chit-chat about it. What about the DAS defenders? What about the disabled? Nobody even mentioned anything about this. I think this should have been a huge opportunity for content creators and vloggers, but nobody mentioned it. And we know why they're not mentioning it, because, you know, they're connected to the company. Like I said, I'm sure they signed a hefty waiver to what they can post and what they can't post either, because they have to keep it all cute for their audience. All right. Talk to you soon. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for hanging out with me with my little rant. But things need to be said, and I'm going to say them. All right. Have a good day, everybody. Take care. Bye-bye.